Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our English podcast. My name is Linda, and I'm really glad you're here with us today. No matter where you are or what you're doing right now, thank you for taking time to listen and practice English. This podcast is a friendly space where you can learn at your own pace and feel more comfortable using English in everyday life.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex. It's great to be here with you again. Don't worry if your English isn't perfect. We speak slowly and use simple words so you can follow the conversation easily. Just relax and enjoy listening.
Today's topic is self-discipline. When people hear this word, they often think it means being very strict or hard on yourself, but that's not what we mean here.
Self-discipline is really about keeping promises to yourself. It means doing what you should do even when you don't feel like it.
Self-discipline can help you learn English, do better at work, and build healthy habits in your daily life.
In this episode, we'll talk about self-discipline in a simple and practical way with real-life examples you can relate to. Let's get started and learn together.
So, Alex, before we talk more about today's topic, let me ask you a simple question. How was your week? Did you have a busy week, or was it a little more relaxed than usual?
To be honest, it was quite busy. Work took a lot of my time and I felt tired most days. I also noticed that I struggled with my habits more than usual.
What kind of habits? Can you give us an example?
Sure. One big challenge for me was exercising. I planned to work out 3 times this week, but I kept saying I'll do it tomorrow. After work, I just wanted to rest and watch videos on my phone.
That sounds very familiar. Did the same thing happen with studying English?
Yes, exactly. Some days I delayed my English practice too. I knew studying would be good for me, but I didn't feel motivated. I kept thinking I would start later, but later never came.
I think many people listening can relate to that feeling.
But I also had a small win. Even though I didn't follow my plan perfectly, I still did something. I studied English for 10 minutes on a few days and did short exercises at home. It wasn't perfect, but I didn't stop completely.
That's actually a very important success. Doing something is always better than doing nothing.
Exactly. I realized that being disciplined doesn't mean being perfect. It means trying again even when things don't go as planned.
I had a similar experience this week. I tried to wake up earlier and avoid using my phone in the morning. Some days I failed, but other days I did well.
And how did that make you feel?
When I did it, I felt more calm and focused, but when I didn't, I felt a little disappointed. Still, I reminded myself to keep trying.
It's interesting, isn't it? Everyone struggles with self-discipline, even when we know it's good for us.
That's true, which makes me wonder, why is self-discipline so hard even when we know it's good for us? Let's take a closer look at today's topic. When we talk about self-discipline, what do we really mean? In very simple words, self-discipline means doing what you should do even when you don't feel like it. It's not about being perfect or strict all the time. It's about making a choice that helps you in the long run.
That's an important point, Linda. Many people think self-discipline is the same as motivation, but they are actually different. Motivation is a feeling. Sometimes you feel excited and ready to start, but sometimes you don't.
Self-discipline is what helps you continue even when motivation is low.
Exactly. Motivation comes and goes, but self-discipline helps you take action anyway. It helps you choose what is good for you, not just what feels good right now.
That connects to another idea, short-term comfort versus long-term results. It's comfortable to stay in bed, scroll on your phone, or skip studying. but the long-term result may be stress, slow progress, or regret.
On the other hand, self-discipline helps you work towards long-term results. Studying English regularly may not feel exciting every day, but over time you see real improvement.
Many English learners struggle with this. They start learning with energy, but after a few weeks they give up or study only sometimes.
Another common problem is not knowing how to talk about self-discipline in English. Learners may understand the idea, but they don't know the words to express it.
That's why the goal of this episode is simple and practical. We want to help you talk about self-discipline using clear and easy English.
You'll learn useful expressions that you can use in daily conversations, at work, or when talking about your habits and goals.
By the end of this episode, you'll not only understand self-discipline better, but you'll also feel more confident talking about it in English. Let me start by sharing something from my daily life. For me, self-discipline often shows up in very small moments, especially in the morning. I've been trying to keep a simple morning routine and go to bed on time.
That sounds simple, but I know it's not always easy. What does your routine look like?
I try to wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. When my alarm goes off, my first thought is usually just 5 more minutes, but I remind myself why I want this habit. I get up, make my bed, and avoid checking my phone for at least the first 30 minutes.
That's impressive. I think the phone is the hardest part for many people.
Yes, it really is. Some mornings I fail and I check my phone anyway, but I don't get angry with myself. I just try again the next day. I often say to myself, I try to stay disciplined. It helps me remember that effort matters more than perfection.
I like that mindset. For me, self-discipline is also about small daily choices. One thing I've been working on is using my phone less, especially at night.
That's a big challenge. How do you handle it?
I set a simple rule. I put my phone on the table instead of next to my bed. That way, I'm less tempted to scroll before sleeping. It doesn't always work, but it helps. I tell myself it's not easy, but I keep trying.
That's a great example of self-discipline. It's not about stopping a habit completely, but about reducing it step by step.
Exactly. Another small act of self-discipline for me is exercise. I don't go to the gym every day, and I don't do long workouts. I just try to move my body for 10 or 15 minutes.
That sounds very realistic.
Yes, that's important for me. If I tell myself I need to exercise for 1 hour, I often don't start at all. But when I say just 10 minutes, it feels possible. Some days I do more, some days I don't. But the key is that I show up.
That's such a good point. Self-discipline doesn't have to be extreme. It starts with small, realistic actions that fit your life.
I agree. These small actions also help build trust in yourself. When you do what you say you will do, even in a small way, you start to believe in yourself more.
I've felt that too. When I go to bed on time or follow my morning routine, I feel calm and proud. It reminds me that I can take care of myself.
And when you miss a day, it doesn't mean you failed.
Exactly. You just start again. Self-discipline begins with small steps, not big promises.
That's an important message for everyone listening. You don't need to change everything at once. Just start small.
Yes, whether it's waking up earlier, using your phone less, or moving your body a little, self-discipline grows from small daily choices.
When it comes to work and study, self-discipline is something I really have to practice every day, especially with learning English. My schedule is often busy and there are many days when I feel tired after work.
I think many people listening feel the same way. So how do you stay disciplined with your English study when you're busy?
The biggest change for me was my mindset. I stopped telling myself that I needed long study sessions. Instead, I started saying, I study a little every day. Even 10 minutes counts.
That sounds much more realistic. When do you usually study?
I try to connect it to my daily routine. Sometimes I study in the morning before work, and other times I study in the evening. The exact time is not as important as being consistent.
What helps you keep going on days when you don't feel motivated?
I remind myself that I don't need to feel motivated to start. I often say I don't wait to feel motivated. I just open my notebook or start a short lesson. Once I begin, it usually feels easier.
That's a great lesson. What about goals? Do you set any goals for yourself?
Yes, but I keep them small. Instead of saying I want to be fluent in English, I say I want to learn 5 new words today, or I want to listen to 1 short podcast. Small goals feel possible and less stressful.
Do you also make a plan?
Yes, I make a very simple plan. I write down what I want to study for the week. It's not detailed, but it gives me direction. When I see the plan, I feel more organized and focused.
That's very helpful, especially for people who feel lost or overwhelmed.
I agree. And I also try to stay humble about my progress. I often say I'm still learning. That reminds me that it's okay to not know everything.
That's a healthy attitude.
Yes, and when people ask about my English, I say I'm not perfect, but I'm improving. It feels honest and positive at the same time.
That's a great way to talk about progress without pressure.
Self-discipline in work and study is not about pushing yourself too hard. It's about showing up regularly even when life is busy.
And those small daily efforts really add up over time.
Exactly. Little by little, you build skills, confidence, and trust in yourself.
Alex, after everything we've talked about, I'd like to ask you a more personal question. How does self-discipline make you feel in your daily life?
That's a great question. The first feeling that comes to my mind is calm. When I follow my plan, even a simple one, I feel less stressed. I don't worry as much because I know I'm doing something good for myself.
That makes a lot of sense. Being calm is something many people want.
Yes, and another feeling is confidence. Every time I keep a small promise to myself, I feel a little stronger inside. It might be something small, like studying English for 10 minutes, but it reminds me that I can trust myself.
That trust is very important.
Exactly. Self-discipline also makes me feel in control. Life can feel busy and unpredictable, but when I choose my actions, I feel like I'm guiding my own life instead of just reacting to everything.
Those are powerful feelings. What lessons have you learned from practicing self-discipline?
One big lesson is that consistency is more important than speed. I used to think I needed fast results, but now I understand that slow and steady progress is more realistic and healthy.
That's a great lesson, especially for learning English.
Yes, another lesson is that self-discipline builds trust in yourself. When you do what you say you will do, even in a small way, you start to believe in yourself more.
That belief makes it easier to face challenges. And what about failure? Everyone fails sometimes.
That's true. I've failed sometimes. I've learned that failure doesn't mean the end. What matters is not giving up after failure. Missing one day doesn't break a habit. Giving up completely, it does.
That's an important reminder.
Self-discipline is not about being perfect every day. It's about returning to your habits again and again.
That's very encouraging.
I want everyone listening to know this. Self-discipline is a skill, and anyone can learn it. You don't need to change your whole life overnight.
Yes, you can build self-discipline step by step.
Start small, be patient with yourself, and keep going. Over time, those small actions will create big changes.
Now let's take a moment to review some important vocabulary from today's episode. These words and phrases will help you talk about self-discipline in a clear and simple way.
We chose 7 key words that we used in our conversation. They are very common and useful for daily life, work, and study.
The first word is self-discipline. Self-discipline means doing what you should do even when you don't feel like it. For example, when I wake up early and follow my morning routine instead of checking my phone, I'm practicing self-discipline.
The second word is habit. A habit is something you do often, usually without thinking too much. Exercising for a few minutes every day or studying English regularly can become a habit over time.
The third word is routine. A routine is a group of habits you do in a certain order. My morning routine includes waking up early, making my bed, and staying off my phone for a while.
The fourth word is consistent. When you are consistent, you do something regularly, even if it's small. I try to be consistent with my English study by practicing a little every day.
The fifth word is effort. Effort means the energy and hard work you put into something. It takes effort to stay disciplined, especially on days when you feel tired or unmotivated.
The sixth word is improve. Improve means to make something better over time. My English didn't improve overnight, but it got better because I practiced regularly.
The last phrase is give up. To give up means to stop trying. Self-discipline helps you not give up, even when things are difficult.
For example, even if I miss a day of study, I don't give up. I just start again the next day.
These words are simple, but they are powerful tools for talking about self-discipline.
Try using them to describe your own habits and goals. Every time you use them, you're building both your English and your self-discipline.
Now it's time for a short speaking practice. This is where you can actively use what you've learned today. Don't worry about grammar or pronunciation. The most important thing is to try.
If you're in a place where you can speak, say the sentences out loud. If not, you can answer quietly in your head. Both ways are helpful.
Let's start with a simple sentence. Please repeat after me. I'm trying to be more disciplined about... Now pause for a moment and finish the sentence with your own idea.
You could say, I'm trying to be more disciplined about studying English, or I'm trying to be more disciplined about going to bed early.
Great. Let's say it one more time, slowly. I'm trying to be more disciplined about...
Now let's practice another sentence. Please repeat. I practice self-discipline when I...
Think about a real situation in your life. For example, I practice self-discipline when I turn off my phone at night. Or I practice self-discipline when I study, even if I'm tired.
Take a deep breath and say your sentence again. You're doing really well.
Now here's your speaking question for today. What is one habit you want to be more disciplined about?
Your answer can be short and simple. One sentence is enough.
If you like, pause the podcast and think about your answer.
Remember, practicing like this is already a step towards self-discipline. Be proud of yourself and keep going.
Before we end today's episode, let's take a moment to review what we've talked about. The main goal of this lesson was to help you understand self-discipline and learn how to talk about it in simple, clear English.
We shared real-life examples to show that self-discipline is not about being strict or perfect. Linda talked about keeping a morning routine and going to bed on time. I shared my experience with limiting phone use, exercising for a short time, and studying English regularly, even on busy days.
These examples show that self-discipline starts with small actions in daily life. You don't need to make big changes all at once.
We also reviewed 7 important words and phrases together: self-discipline, habit, routine, consistent, effort, improve, and give up.
These words help you describe your habits, your progress, and your challenges in English. Try to use them when you talk about your daily life.
The key message we want you to remember is this: self-discipline is a skill. It's something you can learn and improve over time.
And small steps every day matter. Even a few minutes of effort can lead to big results in the future.
If you practiced speaking, listened carefully, or thought about your habits today, you already made progress.
You did a great job today. Be proud of yourself. Stay patient and keep moving forward one step at a time.
Before we say goodbye, it's time for our question of the day. This is a great chance for you to practice English and reflect on your own life.
Here is today's question. What is one area of your life where you want more self-discipline?
Your answer doesn't need to be long or complicated. One simple sentence is perfect. For example, you could write, I want more self-discipline in studying English, or I want more self-discipline with my daily routine.
If you feel comfortable, please share your answer in the comments. Writing short comments helps you practice English and also learn from other listeners around the world.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please like the video. It really helps our channel grow and reach more English learners.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new episode.
Thank you so much for listening and practicing with us today.
We'll see you in the next episode. Keep learning, stay disciplined, and believe in yourself. Bye.
Bye.